Hi, so today's video is going to be about some materials that I've gathered to begin to teach my son for his first year of homeschooling for kindergarten. This is going to be a video based mostly on books that I've purchased that are more like a workbook or curriculum type book. I hesitate to use the word curriculum because I feel like that's sort of an overarching thing, but these are going to be the books that guide our learning, or at least we can tap into and will help us guide our first year at homeschooling. So stay tuned. Okay, so here is an overview of the workbooks I've picked. I got these 4 books from a local teacher store, I always call it, and then this one I ordered. So I guess we'll just work our way down. So this is Learning Dynamics, and it's called 4 Weeks to Read. We've actually started this a little bit. So I was just looking at different reading programs online, and I just kind of landed on this one. So I can give you very first impressions, as we've just done like 2 lessons so far. So it has a lesson manual, a student workbook. There's some other materials in here I'll show you in a minute. And then these are books, these smaller books are ones for the kids to read. So basically how this kind of works is there's lessons for each letter. It doesn't go alphabetical order. So you can see here it goes over all the letters and then a review, more letters. Then it begins on letter blends. Oh, well, I guess spells first. And then blends. I'll show you just one example. Okay, so this is the letter G. It tells you how you're gonna how you're gonna present this to your child. Is this okay? Yeah. So here, a letter lesson. So it tells you kind of how to introduce it to the child. It has a poem. There is a CD that comes with it, but you can also download an app, which is what I did because my computer doesn't even have a CD drive anymore. So there's a letter or a song for each letter, and then also a new alphabet song they have that has the sound the letter makes rather than just naming each letter. And then after you complete this lesson, and they're super, super quick, at least just the letter ones, that's all we've done so far. They're really, really quick. And then there's just one little worksheet. This is the first one we did, where they just write the letter, they color the pictures that start with that letter, and then I had him put an X through the one that didn't. So that's that. And then I think once you get through the first maybe 5 letters, then you're going to be ready to read the first book. That's the theory anyway. Now, Miles, I should say, does have a good grasp on the letters, all of the letters and letter sounds. So maybe you wouldn't be going through it quite so fast if that wasn't the case. But then, so this first book, for example, is super simple. Just one letter and picture on each page, and only using the letters they've learned that far. So it will prompt you in the lesson manual when it's time to read the first book. So just for context, here are the first ones. You work right to left, and then I'll show you like the most advanced one. So you're using all the letters, different vowel sounds. There are a lot more words on each page, more of a story. So they work up to that. And like I said, this is called 4 Weeks to Read. I don't really know if we're gonna try and do it in that time frame. I think we're just gonna probably go through the letters pretty quickly since he already has a good base on that. And then this has a few other things. It has the CD. And it has these flashcards, so it has one for each letter. On the front is the capital, and on the back is the lowercase, so you can show them that. This has some of the blends, and then, let me open this up. And then, words that use the blends. These are more letter cards. The illustrations are kind of funny. And then some examples. And this is what Miles has really been loving. So when you're going through letter by letter, once they complete it, they can pop it out and they get to play with this little card. And he's super into that. It's just like a little reward, I guess. Just really motivates him. So he's been loving that part of it so far. Like I said, we literally just started like 2 days ago. So this is very first impression as far as this one goes. Keep this kind of sealed up because I don't want him to look at the books yet because I want that to be new. I mean, normally I totally encourage him to look at books, but for this one, as we're learning the lessons, I think it'll be fun for him that it's totally new each time. So that's this learning dynamics, learn to read package. It was pretty pricey. I found it on Amazon originally, but on their site, they were running a 30% off promotion with free shipping. The shipping took forever, but I'm guessing they run that promotion often. So if this is something that interests you, I would probably purchase it from their website rather than Amazon. Okay, let's go to this one next. This is the science book. I guess I should say I plan on putting the most emphasis on language arts and math, but I think science is really fun. He's definitely really interested in science, so I didn't want to ignore it by any means. So I found this science book that I think is so cute. Let me grab, I'm gonna show you how this one kind of lays out. So the idea is they are creating their own science notebook, and I'm just going to use a spiral bound notebook for it. So, oh, I have this already prepared, the very first page, but you just, each lesson, you copy it because it's front and back, so you would be cutting into the next lesson if you just tore it out, but I'm learning that that's normal because these are meant for classrooms, I guess, but it has a lesson. I like that it gives you talking points, discussion with your child, and then you are using this page on the right to create your notebook. So Miles will need to cut out along the bold lines and glue it onto the notebook, and then, you know, he'll match where the words need to go for that sense. And I don't know, I just think it's really cute, and I think he's gonna like having this where he can see his progress and look back and see all the different things he's learned. This specific topic, I think, has 3 entries. So they do kind of stick with the theme for a few lessons at a time sometimes. Simple, but really fun, I think. I think he's really gonna like this one. I'm excited to do the science lessons with him. So that's that one. This is one that I wasn't necessarily looking for, but I saw it and it caught my eye and I just picked it up, and this looks so much fun. I love that this one has so many activities. Well, it says right here, stories, activities, challenges. There's variety within it. It's not just reading it and tracing something. You're actually like getting out materials, which, I mean, might get tedious as a parent that you're having to gather these things, but I'm totally fine with it because I think it will be fun. This is probably something that we'll take out of our little homeschool room and do more, you know, in the kitchen or outside even. But they have a key in the front. Let me find it. They have a key in the front somewhere. Anyway, they're color coded, so you can tell which are activities. Here we go. So the STEM stories, challenges, journals. So so you can tell what type of lesson they are before you get started. If you haven't really planned ahead and you just want to pull it out and grab something, and you want to know that you don't have to collect a bunch of materials, I think it's really nice that they organized it that way. I hope to be organized, but I like that there's sort of a backup if you're not feeling particularly prepared one day, that you can quickly find a lesson that you could just do right away. So yeah, I can just show you a few examples. This one, for example, you read this story and it talks about how this troll only likes soft things. Then you have to gather these materials and try and create a basket that the troll will approve of and will carry his blueberries across some water. So I think it's awesome. You make a plan, you pick your materials, you test it, and then you can report back on how it worked. But anyway, this one I think is going to be a really fun one. Okay, the math one I'm feeling hesitant about. Honestly, I had 3 different kindergarten math books. I was sitting in the store scouring, trying to decide which was right, and I just couldn't decide. One seemed super simple, one seemed way advanced. This I felt like was a good middle ground, but now that I'm looking at it closer, a lot of them sort of require some group activities. So I don't know, we might have to just get creative with that since it will just be us here. I don't know, I'll report back on this one as we dive in a little deeper. I also, I love that this one is so colorful, and this next one I'm going to show you is very colorful. This just feels a little bland. But I have lots of manipulatives and things that I think will help. And also, I guess you could color them if you wanted to take it to another activity out of it. If you wanted your child to color some of them beforehand, you could. We'll see. I don't know. I have lots of plans for math. And the other thing I saw on this afterwards is, I don't know how they phrased it, but it was sort of like, this is meant to be a supplement to a curriculum. This isn't meant to be used as a curriculum. And just being my first time doing this, I don't totally know what they mean by that. Yeah, see, her works with any curriculum. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll report back on this one. And this encompasses so many subjects, like all of the subjects. I think this one seems just really cute and fun and a little easier, I guess, or just maybe more approachable or something. So when we have started the learning dynamics, the student part of the workbook is super simple. Like I showed you, it's just that one page. So what we did is we've gone in and we've done these letter pages to go with it. And I think it works really well because it's cute and it's sort of like games and just feels a little more playful. So there's usually some kind of maze or puzzle, a coloring activity where you're identifying the letter, and then also letter tracing, which my son is so not into. So you'll see we did some letter tracing, but he didn't want to do all of these, and we're just kind of playing at it at this point, I guess, so I'm not trying to be super strict with him. I want him to think it's fun. The ones he did a good job, so I felt like, okay, maybe if it was a treble letter, we'd push a little harder. I don't know. I'll report back on that, I guess. But anyway, so there's letters, there's phonics, there's a math section with lots of tracing, because this one, you actually don't write the letters that much in the ones I've seen. So I like that I have this. So it has a variety. Shapes, colors, patterns. Patterns are apparently a really big thing in kindergarten. I feel like so many of these books have patterns. But yeah, I just think the illustrations in this are so cute. Oh yeah, there's money in this one. I have a couple other money activities that I've made myself, but I like that that's in there. This community section is cute. Science section with a good variety in here. I just really love these illustrations. I just think they're very sweet and colorful and approachable. Something else I've been kind of considering as we're beginning homeschool, thinking about a classroom setting versus homeschool setting. I'm sure in a classroom setting, if the teacher is working with 20 students or whatever, they're going to be reciting directions and instructions, and then the kids will be expected to pay enough attention that they can complete those activities without just one-on-one teacher. And being at home with Miles, it'll be so easy for him to just ask me. So I was thinking with this one especially, where it's pretty simple, I'd like to really push him to do that a little on his own. I mean, push him more to have to listen to the instructions and really pay attention. And yeah, anyway. So these are sort of the book materials. Oh, there is one more thing. I always am gonna have one more thing. I think it'd be really fun to do some baking with him. And I found this on Amazon as I was, oh, that reminds me. I found this on Amazon as I was looking at different materials. But these four I got at a local store. I can link them probably on Amazon or wherever that you can order them. And then this one, like I said, I ordered from their website, Learning Dynamics website. But this baking one I think is so cute. We haven't done any of them yet. So I can't actually speak to how the recipes turn out, but I'll show you what I love about this. I love the pictures, and they show step-by-step picture instructions, and I just think that's so cute, and I think Miles will love that he can, you know, maybe work on reading as we're looking at it, but also get a step-by-step picture of the recipe. I think this is going to be really fun to work on with him. You know, measuring will be great for math and fractions, and I just think this will be a really fun thing to do. Kind of thinking maybe we'll try and do one a week or something. I don't know. It's a lot of baking. But I just think these are really cute ideas. Love the pictures. Okay, I hope that wasn't just way too long-winded, but those are the books that I've chosen. I have lots more materials that I've made. Previously he was at a Montessori school, so now I've just kind of been programmed to say works for different activities, so I'm not exactly sure what you would call them, but I have organized some works that I have made myself just using my printer, my laminator, and my paper cutter. It's like the possibilities are endless. So I think next I'll make a video showing some of the works that I've made myself and some of the other more like tactile materials that we're going to be using in our classroom. But I hope you enjoyed this overview of the books we're going to be starting with, and I'll do an update as we've dug deeper and begun to really work through some of these and let you know what I think. So that's all for now. Thanks.